In today's video, we're breaking down one of the most important and game-changing mechanics in all of Fortnite, piece control. Whether you're looking to win more fights, outbuild aggressive players, or simply gain a real edge in high-pressure situations, mastering piece control is a must. I'll walk you through everything from the fundamentals to advanced strategies, helping you build smarter, faster, and with complete control. So, let's get started. Alright, so the first things I'm going to show you about piece control are like how to predict opponents, how to utilize piece control, different peaks for piece control, and how to box people pretty easily. And then after I show you this stuff, we're going to actually go into a map to help you guys actually practice each and individual things I show you and tell you to do. So the first thing when utilizing piece control is basically piece control is just predicting where the opponent is going to go and basically boxing them up, if that makes sense. So for example, if I'm pressuring this wall and I put a stair and a wall in there, there's three ways they can go out. They can go out to the side, which you just place a cone, edit a wall, and you can open that. They can go this side, which you can once again do that. Or they can go behind. So there's three different ways they can go out. If you're above the ground like I am right here, they can also go downwards. But once again, that's probably one of the easiest ways to predict someone, is if they go downwards. It's really easy to box them. So that is the different ways to like predict where opponents are going to go. Now, based off where you're attacking from and how aggressive or how defensive the opponent is. So another example is if an opponent's boxed up right here and they have something in their box, they have ways to create space because they can edit out and stuff like that. So when they have something in their box, it should be a lot more harder to predict them. But in all reality, once again, they only have a couple ways to get out. And what you want to do is just cut off the space that they can move out of. And if your opponents are only in one box, once again, you can predict any space they're going to go to. And once again, piece control is all about predicting and actually being proactive in boxing someone instead of reactive. Proactive means doing it before they actually make that move. So for example, if they haven't made the move yet, but you know they're going to go to the outside, you pre-box it like that and they'll walk into it. Reactive is, for example, if they go out the back and they're already running, they could have already boxed up. So then you're delayed and maybe you only get one instead of having both. So be proactive and reactive. What that means is if you start to see them move one way or out the back, you be predictive or proactive and box them. But another thing is being reactive, because a lot of players, when you're fighting them, and if they do get pieced up by you, like for example, say if I got pieced up, they can't go anywhere. So they're going to try and take the wall and try and fight you like this, and then probably get some pre-piece on you as well. So what I mean by play reactive is if you do full box them, don't come from the same angle like that you would. Come from different angles just to make it harder for them to counter. So for example, you could do that, then you can come over here and do that. And reactive, if they break the wall, be ready to go up and possibly go piece from another angle, if that makes sense. There are multiple different ways to box people, which we'll show you later on, but like the main ways is, once again, peanut butter edit, placing a cone above and below, and then walls around. There's a simple window edit, which you can just do that. There is a top edit, but this makes it harder to piece, in my opinion, and makes you way more out in the open. There's also like these ways to do it, where you can hold angles and stuff like that. And there's also distance piecing. So for example, the further you can do piece control apart, the better. So if an opponent's like 2 boxes away, for example, and I'm boxed up right here, and I want to piece them, doing piece control like this is really good, because then they're already pre-pieced and you already have another box here. And once again, if they go do something, you can pre-piece them like that once again. So it's just, you want to distance your pre-piece and you want to do diagonal piecing. That's what I like to do the most. Just like in my 37-minute video that I posted about everything, you want to fight people angled. So a box fight, you want to take angled. And that's just for piecing options, because you can piece right here really easily, piece right here really easily. And if they do go up, you just jump up and piece either side, or edit down and piece them. And you're protected in the angle. So yeah, you're going to do that. Now we're actually going to go into the Mechanics V5 training map from Raider 464, and we're going to actually practice most of these scenarios and most of the edits you actually need to utilize these things and start putting them into your actual game. All right, so once you load in, the first thing we're going to actually do is go into the edit area. because piece control is heavily reliant on your editing and how consistent your editing actually is. And one of the best ways to practice editing is by practicing your crosshair placement. Now, practicing your crosshair placement will help you overall just get better at everything. It'll help you with your aim, your edits, your builds, everything like that. So you're going to come over here into this section of the Mechanics V5 training map, and you're just going to do this. You're going to want to do it about 100 times. On the right, it says how many times you've done it. And once you've done it for about 100 times, then we can move on to the next stage of things. So I'm just going to go through this real quick and do it about 100 times. All right, so I've done it about 106 times, and it only took me about 3 minutes to actually do it. Now what you're going to want to do is come back here, and you're going to go to piece. Now this map has about 24 different types of piece control you can practice on, and like different scenarios, which all these scenarios are what you're going to use in real games. So for example, one, if someone's ramp rushing against you, you can cone them off and full box them like this. Now, when you guys are practicing the piece control, make sure you're going on consistency over speed, because the more consistent you get, the faster you can be consistently. If you build bad habits, like if you're going super fast, but you don't get everything around the opponent, then you're just building bad habits with not good consistency, which will lead to slower speed and inconsistencies. And also, when you are practicing this, don't do the same edit over and over again. For example, you saw how I just did the same edit both times right here. For this one, maybe I try something different. Or maybe I try, like, for example, wall edit. Basically, what you guys want to do is just try out different scenarios in the scenarios of how to piece control. Like, even I can do this. Something like that, just so you get different movements in for your piece control. Once again, you can also do like far boxing piece. So for example, if you want to stay safe, but you also want to piece your opponent, you can do stuff like that. Once you do each scenario about 10 to 15 times, you're going to come back and you're going to go move on to the next scenario. You're going to want to do each scenario about 12 to 15 times by mixing them up and doing different things. Once again, once you do this scenario 10 to 15 times, you're going to come back and move on to the next. If you can do this exact routine every single day and do every single one every single day, your piece control will be insane by the end of the week. Just by doing this every single day, each one 10 to 15 times, your piece control and each scenario will be way better. Since I'm just showing you guys, I'm not going to actually go through every scenario because I know you guys don't want to be here for an hour of just watching me go through scenarios of piece control. And there is one last thing you guys need to do. You guys need to go into a free build map or like just a free build in the mechanics map, and you guys actually need to practice the scenarios for your piece control. For example, like I use it in retakes a lot, like different things like this, or side jumping, pre-piece like that. So you're just gonna practice different boxing methods and scenarios like this, and just different ways to basically pre-piece opponents, so you have all the scenarios down in real time and real speed. And once you practice that for a bit, then we are going to go into the next part to actually practice our piece control perfectly. You can do this slower. Like if you're having trouble doing it in real time, practice it on like a speed of like 70 and then slowly speed up till you get used to the 110 speed. And if you are really good at piece control and you want to make things harder, go up to 120% speed just so you get those edits down way faster, and then go back to regular speed before we go into the next part of this video. Now, one of the best ways to implement this into like real games is 2v1 clutch realistics. I personally use this map with me and my trio, and we play this every time before we get into a tournament. because it's really good for piece control, pressure, and realistic situations, which in the end, if you want to have good piece control in game and not just in creative, you need to practice these scenarios. Another one is the Martaz Turtle Wars. These are really good because you're confined in a space and you just go back and forth and you respawn, and you basically are always training your piece control, pressure, and mechanics inside this map. So I recommend hopping into this map for about 15 to 20 minutes and the 1v2 clutch realistics for about another 15 to 20 minutes. And then if you guys want, go into a 1v1 map and try and execute these in build fight scenarios instead of just clutch realistics or like box fight scenarios, just so you have everything down. You can do zone wars as well. This will help you really implement the piece control. Then what I recommend doing after that, if you're really just focused on piece control, is going into reload ranked, and when you are fighting opponents, don't care about winning, care about trying to piece control the opponent. The more you try to learn, the better you'll do. Remember, you don't play for a win, you play to learn and get better. That's how you improve super fast. So play reload ranked as much as possible. Reload ranked gives you a lot more fights than regular ranked battle royale does, and it gives you a lot more pressure than regular ranked battle royale does. So it's a lot better for building up those mechanics and stuff under pressure, especially piece control, because there's so many fights you get, you have so many opportunities to piece up an opponent. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more advanced Fortnite tips and guides. Piece control isn't just about flashy edits, it's about staying one step ahead of your opponent and dictating every fight. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and you'll see real improvement in your gameplay. If you're serious about leveling up, check out the free Flow Discord linked in the description. It's packed with resources, drop maps, coaching, and teammates ready to help you improve. And if you'd like to support the channel directly, consider using code FLOWIN in the Fortnite item shop. I'll see you guys in the next video. Once again, thank you guys for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I love you all. Peace, guys.